how are you all? Are you all right? You all good? Alright, that's good. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I am just coming to you to give you a quick catch up on how I'm getting on with my Mounjaro GLP-1 journey. I am now on the sort of week 8, and how am I getting on? I didn't do a video last week, so I apologise about that. It was Easter and there was stuff going on, and I just kind of didn't have time to do it. So I've missed a week, so I'm just going to recap for you for the last couple of weeks. So I am on week 8. I am on the 5 mg pen at the moment. So I'm just trying to think what I am. I've just taken my 3rd jab. Well, no, my 4th jab of my 5 mg pen. Next week I'll be doing the 5th dose of the same pen. So I'm not quite sure how much that is. I think it works out to about 6 point something milligrams when you do it, so I will be doing that. But saying that though, I have already ordered and I have received my next pen. I'm staying on the 5 mg because it just seems to be, well, I say it's working. I don't feel too hungry. Oh, you know what, I don't know now. I'm saying that I'm now sort of reconsidering. But I've already got my 2nd pen, which is a 5 mg pen. So I'm definitely going to be on it again for another month at least. So how am I doing? The last time I was on here, so that was my end of week 6, I had a really great week that week. I'd lost like £5. So I was on 18 stone and 5.5 pounds. The week after, I put on £1.5, so I was on 18 stone 7 pounds. And this week when I weighed, so Thursday just gone, I was still on 18 stone 7 pounds. So you can imagine I'm a little bit on the disappointed side. I'm not quite sure why I have plateaued and why I put on £1.5. I think what I'm putting it down to is sort of during Easter week, I was off that week. So one, I wasn't moving around that much because I was just kind of lying around the house really. I wasn't doing anything really. A little bit of gardening. I wasn't moving around because I move around a lot in my job, and when I'm at home I don't do much. I don't do much at all. Sort of gentle bit of housework, but I wasn't doing anything. I certainly wasn't doing any sort of proper exercise or anything, so I'm putting it down to that. I'm still struggling with drinking enough, so I wasn't drinking enough during that Easter week either. I was eating a lot more sugary, carby kind of foods. That was Easter week, so there was a lot more treats around. I didn't eat that much chocolate, but I did eat a lot more sort of crackers, cheese. I was doing Jamaican bun, which is like a spiced bun. I was eating more sort of harder bread, which is a West Indian bread. It's quite heavy and it's got sugar in it, and I was eating that. And I wasn't tracking my food. I wasn't writing down my food. I was literally only eating when I felt hungry, which is good, but I wasn't writing down my food. So I probably went over my calorie deficit each week. So that probably didn't help at all. And I've obviously carried that over into this week as well. So not great. But I am back on track now. So I'm now sort of tracking my food, making sure. I've now finally, sort of 8 weeks in, I finally started doing my exercise from my exercise apps, which I've paid for. But I've actually started doing that now. God, it hurts to do. I am so out of shape, it's ridiculous. It's only like 20 minutes of exercise on these apps. It's like a walk fit app I'm doing. It's only about 20 minutes. I'm on easy level, and I swear to God, I struggle to get to the end, but I make sure I do. I do the 20 minutes and I'm struggling, and my legs, everything hurts when I've done, and I just literally sit down and just like at the end. So it just shows how out of shape I am. But I've put myself down for this 28 challenge on the exercise app. So I'm going to be doing the exercise every day now for the next 28 days. However many days are left, and I am focusing on drinking properly. I kind of lapsed on my, I don't know if you remember at the beginning I was saying I was using my alarm on my phone to remind me to drink every hour and a half. I'd kind of stopped that, so I'm back on that again now. So I'm making sure I am drinking like a glass worth, about 8 fluid ounces, sort of every hour and a half, which is what I need to do. I'm talking about the drinking thing. So I went back to my doctor because remember I said they were a bit concerned about my kidney function and my flow. So when I went back and did my measurement after 2 weeks, it hadn't got worse, but it had stayed the same. So I need to go in next week for them to examine my kidneys. So I really do need to get into my head that I need to really focus on my drinking and getting that fluids in me. And the things as well, I can actually start feeling a sensation in the sort of groin area, which is that's where the kidneys are. So I know there is something going on. So, but I notice that when on a day when I am drinking well, I don't feel anything. So it's definitely to do with me not drinking enough. So yeah, so there's a lot of things for me to focus on. So I'm trying to get myself back on track again this week. I'm not trying to. I am gonna get myself back on track again this week. I'm paying for this thing, so I really just need to just focus and get on it. And that sort of leads me on to the next subject, because again I'm seeing sort of different comments from people on. I look at it online because I'm always looking to see how people are getting on using GLP-1 injections. And there's so many people who are still saying things like, oh, you're cheating, why can't you just exercise more and cut out on your diet and this, that and the other. What they don't seem to realise that this is a tool. It is a tool to help people who have tried cutting out on the calories, tried exercising more, tried various diets, and it hasn't worked for them. This is not cheating and you're just going to lose weight without doing anything. You still have to put in an effort to do this, so you're still working on it. It's just a tool to make it easier for you to manage it. So it helps by helping you to manage your appetite so you don't feel hungry, and that's literally all it does. It suppresses your appetite. Then it's up to you to make sure that you eat properly, you're exercising properly, you're drinking properly, and you're being mindful about your eating. It ain't easy. So in a way, I am glad I'm going through these little challenges because it's making me having to focus more, better on my lifestyle and my eating, everything. So it's not a cheat. So anyone who, especially those people who are doing this as well, who are taking injections of Mounjaro, Wegovy, or whatever you're on, don't listen to those people who are telling you, oh, you're just cheating, you just need to cut out your calories and exercise more, and just, why can't you just watch what you eat? Ignore all of that, because those are just negative messages. You know the challenge you've been through, you know what you've gone through, and you're doing this now to sort of say, right, I really need to focus on you. You're focusing on yourself now, so don't give up. This is almost like a pep talk to myself here. Don't give up. You know what you need to do. Just carry on doing what you're doing. God, I've got another delivery. Wait a minute. Guys, can you open the door for me? Okay, so yes, so that's going to be my journey for this week, and hopefully I'm going to see a change this week. I believe that I will see a change because I really do think I just need to focus a bit more this week on what I'm eating and I'm drinking and my movement. It's those three key things. You can't lose weight without looking at your calories, looking at your movement, and looking at your, just basically looking at your intake of what you're doing. So fluids, food, and movement, they all work together. So that's what I need to do this week. So it's going to be a journey. My chart is looking good. I did look at my chart. I will put a picture of it, a screenshot of my chart on the screen here. It's looking positive. It is going down. There is the blip of it going back up again, but the trend is downwards, and as long as my trend is downwards, I'm going to be okay. So as I said, I think I'm pretty confident that I will see a difference this week. There's a thing they call non-scale victories, so not looking at the scales, but you're looking at other ways or seeing if you're making a difference. And I did some measurements, and I'm only doing sort of 2 measurements. So I'm doing the measurements around my stomach, so around my belly button, because that used to be a waist, but I just call it a belly button now because I ain't got nothing going in. I'm just like like that. And I'm doing a measurement around my backside as well. So those are the two big areas. And my backside and my stomach measurements were exactly the same. I know, I'm not going to say what they were, but they were exactly the same, which is awful. So I did a measurement, not last week, the week before, and I'd lost 3 inches around my belly button, so yay. And I'd lost, is it 1.5 inches around my bum, the biggest part of my bum. So moving in the right direction. So at least my stomach belly button is now smaller than my backside, because it wasn't good that it was bigger. That's not good at all, is it? So at least it's smaller now. I've also taken a picture of this dress that I kind of wear around the house occasionally, and I stopped. It used to be a dress I used to wear to work with leggings all the time, but I stopped wearing it to work because it was just too tight and I just looked gross in it. So I'm going to put a picture of me in this dress up now. So in this dress I look like I'm 7-8 months pregnant in it. It's horrendous. So I'm going to be using this dress now as a measure to see my shape going down. I look absolutely hideous in it, but that is where I am at. I took that picture, today's Saturday, I took that picture on Thursday. So I'm going to be using that as a guide to see how my shape is changing. So at the moment it's just clinging to my body shape at the moment, which is absolutely hideous. So that's what I'm going to be using as my sort of measuring guide now, just to see how my body shape is changing. And that's where I am at the moment. So for this week I just literally just need to focus on what is going into my body and increasing my movement. So I'm on that 28-day challenge, and yeah, I hopefully when I come back to you next weekend I've got a bit more positive news. I'm still not getting any side effects. That's all good. I'm not worried about things like constipation. I haven't been feeling cold. Remember I talked about feeling really cold when I started on the 5 milligrams? I haven't got that cold thing going on anymore, which is good. Or maybe I'm just used to it, but I haven't got that going on anymore. So that's good. And I haven't really got any side effects. Just the only thing I've got to report is that I put on 1.5 pounds and I'm not happy about it. And I've stayed on that weight for 2 weeks. So hopefully next week, which will be week 9, there will be a difference. So wish me luck. I'm going to be focusing on that and we'll see how it goes. The other thing I've got to do, I can't apparently MedExpress, because that's who I'm getting my medication, my Mounjaro from. They don't like us posting our referral codes. Apparently there's an agreement we signed up to that we're not supposed to share our referral codes on social media. It's supposed to be shared with friends and family, which is like stupid, isn't it? You think they wouldn't be unhappy about that because they're going to benefit from anybody who does it. And I had one person who used my code to get their first jab, and I hope they're getting along with it. And with that, they got £40 off their first jab, and I got £40 off. So I used that to get my second pen, which was brilliant. But apparently, I can't share my code anymore, so I've removed it from my description box down below. If you do want to sign up to MedExpress, because I am going to continue using MedExpress because it's just easier. If you want to sign up with MedExpress and get £40 off your first code, please just contact me. So you can either contact me on Instagram, so SUSSEXSANDRA, send me a direct message there, or you can email me, SUSSEXSANDRA@gmail.com, and then I'll send you my code. So if you want to sign up to do the pens, and don't forget, it is a commitment. It's not a quick thing. It is a commitment. Then, please contact me and I'll give you my referral code that way to do that, because you will be a friend and I'm sharing it with you. I'm sharing it with my friends. And I think that's it, really. I think that's all I've got to say about how I'm getting on. So, a bit disappointed that I've put on 1.5 pounds. I've plateaued for the last 2 weeks. Haven't got any other side effects. And for oncoming week, I'm just going to be focusing on everything, tracking everything, recording everything. So that's my journey so far. So yeah, there we go. But in total I have lost £10, so that's where I'm at. It would have been 11.5 pounds, but it's £10 at the moment, and I'm hoping that I can get closer to that 18 stones, and then I can start moving towards the 17 stones. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the aim, and I'd like to be in that 70 stone range by June. That would be such a win for me. It really will, if I can get into that 17 stone range by June. Did I mention that I bought a pair of trousers from Sainsbury's? I can't remember if I mentioned this the other week. I bought a pair of trousers from Sainsbury's too. You know, they've got the range TU, and it was a size 20. It was a size 20. I have purchased size 22 from Sainsbury's before, some of their clothes before, and it was close fitting, but I kind of got away with it. But I stopped buying clothes from there because I found the 22s were a little bit too close fitting and uncomfortable. So I was with Kayla, we went into Sainsbury's and I bought these pair of trousers in the size 20, and I sort of said to her, right, these are something I want to fit into sort of by the end of spring going into summer, and you know, just to see. So that's my target. And she was like saying, yeah, buy it. And I was like, because I like the design, I thought, right, I'll get it. So I bought them. They weren't expensive. It was about £20 for a pair of trousers, and they were just nice, like a cargo green, you know, mean green. I do love a green colour. So I bought them, and I thought, you know what, let me put them on just to see how they are now, so I know what I need to do. So I was expecting sort of the buttons, I wouldn't be able to do it. I thought there'd be like a gap like that for me to not be able to do up the bottom. You know what? They fit. I could do them up. I was like, oh, right. They're a bit snug around the backside, but I could do it up. I could sit down. I was actually kind of comfortable in it. I was like, flipping it, they fit. So I fit into a Sainsbury's size 20. So it's like, right, okay. And I've worn them already this week to work, so all good. But yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, thinking that I could, you know, I could actually buy something and it'd fit. It's like, yeah. So that was nice. So the next time I'll try something, I'm going to try to see if I can get a size 18. I'm just going to randomly go into a store which I've never purchased anything from before. Clubs, no, from a store that I know their sizes don't normally do me very well when it comes to fit. So I might try Marks and Spencer's next time, because Marks and Spencer's size is 22. Don't fit me at all, so I've stopped buying things from Marks and Spencer's. So I might go into Marks and Spencer's next and pick up something like a blouse or a trousers or something and see what I can fit into. So I'll probably do that in about a month and see how I get on there. So that's a way for me just to check how I'm getting on. So that is cool. And the other thing I noticed as well, which is really weird, my feet look slimmer. Has anybody ever heard of that? But my feet actually look slimmer. I was looking at it's a weird one, but I was sort of doing Kayla's hair and I had my feet up on the sort of stool, and I was like, don't you think my feet look slimmer? Because they're used to me always complaining about my ankles swelling up, because I'm always having to sit in the evenings and put my feet up because my ankles swell and my feet just look gross. It's what I'm used to, and that happens every evening. So sitting there, and I was looking, so I looked at Kayla and she goes, yeah, your feet do look better. So my sister came over and look, yeah, they do. I was like, my feet are slimmer. Isn't that weird? I didn't know that was a thing. So your feet can lose weight too. Isn't that interesting? There you go. All right, on that note, I'm going to leave you. Those of you who are on the plan as well, please let me know how you're getting on with your injections. Are you losing weight? Is it working for you? Are you doing all right? Hopefully your progress isn't as slow as mine. It is always a bit discouraging when I read on other sites, particularly on the Reddit's Mounjaro UK website, when I see people are like, yeah, I'm on my second week of 5 milligrams and I'm 2 stones down, and it's like, oh, shut up, you cow. But you know, everyone's got a different journey. But yeah, you can't help feeling a little bit jealous when people are losing really well and not having any issues. So I just know my journey is going to be long, but I'm going to get there, and that's the main thing, because I'm determined to get there. I've decided I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. If you guys start seeing any differences, or things like my face or anything else, yeah, you let me know as well. But any positive changes I notice, I will let you know as well. All right, guys, that's it. I'm done. Take care. Let me know how you're getting on down before, if you're on the plan as well or on the injections as well. Let me know how you're getting on down below. But otherwise, I'll see you next week and let you know how this week has gone. Alright, take care. See you soon. Bye.